When this courageous dog stood by his goats during a wildfire, their family returned to witness an extraordinary outcome. As the raging flames advanced down the valley toward their home, a desperate family realized that this might be their final opportunity to flee. They hurriedly gathered their cherished pets and placed them in their car. However, their hearts shattered when one loyal dog adamantly refused to abandon his goats. With heavy hearts, they were forced to make the agonizing decision to leave him behind. In October 2017, devastating wildfires swept through Northern California, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. These infernos ravaged Napa Lake in Sonoma County, consuming 36,707 acres of land. Tragically, the fires claimed the lives of at least 40 people and obliterated over 5,300 structures. Amid the devastating wildfires, Roland Hendel and his family evacuated from their residence in Sonoma County. The fire was advancing rapidly, approximately equivalent to a football field every 3 seconds. Hendel recounted in October 2017. Faced with this imminent danger, the family had to make a swift escape to ensure their safety. They prioritized their most cherished possessions, hastily loading their car. With just 5 minutes to spare, they began gathering their dogs and cats. However, when they reached their loyal goat-herding companion, Odin, they encountered a dilemma. The stubborn dog simply refused to leave his herd behind. The winds had gone mad by then, and it was clear there was not going to be time to hitch up a trailer, Hendel recalled. I knew there was no way I was going to drag Odin away or be able to load up the goats. So, Hendel and his daughter Ariel made the agonizing decision to leave Odin behind. The dog and the goats were now at the mercy of the raging fire. As they drove away, the Hendels believed this would be the last time they saw their beloved animals. For the time being, Hendel and Ariel were focused on outrunning the fire. But when they finally escaped the reaches of the blaze, the emotion of what had happened hit home. Later that morning, when we had outrun the fires, I cried, sure that I had sentenced Odin to death along with our precious family of bottle-raised goats. And later, as revealed on Facebook when the fire died down, Hendel returned home to assess the damage. He arrived to find trees still on fire and the charred ground still smoldering. I drove down my road, and I got to where we could see our house, and it wasn't there, he revealed. Within 24 hours, the Hendel family had lost almost everything. We got out with our lives and what was in our pockets, Hendel wrote on Facebook. However, all was not lost because as he looked out at the burnt remains of his home, he noticed something on the horizon. And then, out in the field, I could see little dots, Hendel revealed. The little black, white, and brown dots were the goats. Then I could make out Odin's tail wagging, amazingly, and against all odds, the courageous dog had survived and led his herd to safety. Hendel couldn't believe what was happening. Having spotted him, Odin began trotting towards his owner, who was in a flood of tears by this point. It's safe to say that the fire had left the dog a little bit disheveled. The heat from the fire had melted his whiskers and charred his coat. He was also limping on his right side. Now more than ever, the dog needed some gentle reassurance from his loving owner. He was looking at me to say, I've been such a good boy. Look what good boy I am, Hendel revealed. He saved all the animals. Hendel was so proud of his dog that he decided to write about his noble actions on Facebook. Odin has lived up to his namesake, he wrote, referring to the Norse god. Pray for him and his charges. He is our inspiration. If he can be so fearless in this maelstrom, surely so can we. Given how many lives the wildfires had destroyed, Odin's miraculous story provided numerous people with hope. In the weeks that followed, Hendel's post attracted more than 5,000 reactions and 3,000 shares, and before long, news outlets all over America were reporting on Odin's epic feat. In the meantime, hero Odin was making a good recovery. He and Hendel's other animals went to live in a nearby animal shelter. Their owner now had to get to work rebuilding their lives, and seeing as though the fire had claimed their home and nearly all of their belongings, this wouldn't be easy. To help him and his family start over, Hendel set up a Eucaring page to appeal for funds. He hoped to raise $45,000 to rebuild the animals' barn and provide them with a fresh water pump. With winter on the way, it was vital that Hendel could secure much-needed shelter for his creatures. When you lose everything, it's easy to see what's important, Hendel wrote. I pray we can get our animal family what they need to win their heroic fight for survival. Odin's courage and selflessness have not been in vain. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone, and we kindly request your support by sharing our story. Thanks to the widespread recognition of Odin's bravery, donations began pouring in swiftly. Before long, Hendel's crowdfunding campaign had amassed an impressive $83,000, greatly exceeding his initial target of $45,000. A significant portion of the contributors seemed to be devoted animal enthusiasts. One comment expressed, "Your valiant Odin deserves a peaceful retirement. I have 3 loyal Great Pyrenees guarding our homestead in Los Gatos, diligently protecting us from all threats. They are affectionate and dedicated sentinels. I am delighted to hear that he is safe." With the funds he has raised, Hendel intends to reconstruct a fire-resistant home. Although no one should have to endure the loss he experienced, the fire has transformed Hendel's perspective on humanity. In an October 2017 Facebook post he shared, "This experience has enlightened me in ways I could never have anticipated, revealing the depth of our capacity for empathy and compassion." What do you think of this brave dog? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you.